college football teams that everyone thought were going to be unstoppable but failed. Back in 2020, Auburn entered the season ranked number 11 in the nation, and with Gus Malzahn as head coach, Bo Nix at quarterback, and a recruiting class stacked with stars like Tank Bigsby, the Tigers were expected to compete with the very best in the SEC, so hopes were high that this was finally the year Auburn would return to national contention. But almost immediately, the cracks started to show. You see, Auburn opened the season strong with a 29-13 win over Kentucky. Fans thought it was proof that the hype was real, but the very next week, reality hit them hard. Against Georgia, the Tigers were humiliated in a 27-6 loss where their offense looked completely helpless as Nix barely managed 177 passing yards. And suddenly, those preseason dreams felt shaky, but things somehow got even worse. The thing is, on October 17th, Auburn lost to South Carolina, a team they had beaten almost every time in the last century. Nix threw 3 interceptions that were all turned into touchdowns, and the frustration boiled over on the sidelines when he was caught arguing with star receiver Seth Williams. And even though Auburn outgained South Carolina by nearly 200 yards, they still collapsed in a stunning 30-22 defeat. But just when fans were ready to give up, Auburn gave them false hope. As it turns out, the Tigers destroyed LSU in a 48-11 blowout, the largest margin of victory ever in that rivalry, as Nix accounted for nearly 400 total yards and 4 touchdowns. And for one afternoon, it looked like Auburn had figured it all out. However, that moment was nothing more than fool's gold, because LSU was decimated by injuries and opt-outs. But then came the game that ended it all. What I mean is that in the Iron Bowl, Auburn was embarrassed 42-13 by Alabama, and this was without Nick Saban even on the sidelines, while Alabama's Mac Jones threw 5 touchdowns, and Auburn's season was effectively finished right there as they finished just 6-4, unranked, and Malzahn was fired despite the school owing him over $21 million in buyout money.